I come from a background where when I was more than 100 kg, ladkiyan, are expected to be into their looks and hair and makeup and particular kind of clothes and all. And I have never been in that. I think he left because he thought he had no son. Having 2 daughters is a short guarantee that he has nobody to take care of him in his old age. But even today, if a woman is divorced and is wanting to get married, so then there'll be all questions raised कि क्यों टूटी शादी, क्या हुआ, क्या ये मर्दों से तो ये नहीं पूछ रहे. Coming from a Muslim background, it's all the more कि औरत है तो क्या दिखा रही हो, तुम अपना नाम चेंज कर दो, तुम मुसलमान नहीं हो. Oh, because she doesn't know how to act, she's shedding clothes.
हाय ज़रीन, वेलकम टू द मेल फेमिनिस्ट. क्या हाल है आपके?
हाय सिद्धार्थ, हाल तो बड़े अच्छे हैं और आपके साथ ये बातचीत करने के लिए मैं काफी एक्साइटेड हूँ.
हाँ क्या
जी.
इस शो के साथ हमने 3 फेज में डिवाइड किया है.
Okay.
आपका लाइफ एज अ चाइल्ड, तो उसके बारे में बात कर लेते हैं. बचपन में घर का माहौल कैसा होता था?
मैं एक मुस्लिम बैकग्राउंड से बिलोंग करती हूँ और हमारी बहुत ही माशाल्लाह से बड़ी फैमिली है, मतलब एक्सटेंडेड. आई तो ऑफ कोर्स कम फ्रॉम नाउ अ सेपरेटेड बैकग्राउंड.
आपको टॉमबॉय बोला गया.
हाँ.
तो क्या सीन है ये लेबल में? सम में नॉट एग्री विद इट आल्सो, बट कैसा रहता था सीन? आप कैसी थी?
ऑनेस्टली आई ऑल्सो डोंट अंडरस्टैंड द होल कॉन्सेप्ट ऑफ दिस लेबल, क्योंकि मतलब क्या, इन स्पाइट ऑफ बीइंग अ मुस्लिम फैमिली जिसके बारे में लोगों को इतने ज्यादा नोशंस रहते हैं ना कि अरे लड़कियां ऐसी लड़के ऐसे. एनीवेज वी कम फ्रॉम अ बैकग्राउंड जहाँ पे लड़कियां लड़कों में डिफरेंस होता है और मुस्लिम्स फैमिली में तो कुछ ज्यादा ही लोग सोचते हैं कि होता है. बट आई लकीली कम फ्रॉम a background where there has never been any segregation. We're doing wrestling together, we're playing cricket together. There is no this thing कि चल लड़की है तो उसको ऐसे उठा के नहीं पटकना है. मैं बड़ी हूँ तो वो ऑटोमेटिकली आ गया कि अच्छा मैं प्रोटेक्टिव होना है और whatever. तो आई थिंक वो सारे टर्म्स जो होते हैं कि प्रोटेक्टिव होना है, रिस्पॉन्सिबल होना है, वो लोग हमेशा लड़कों के साथ कनेक्ट करते हैं. आई डोंट नो व्हाई. नॉट रियली गिविंग अ डैम अबाउट हाउ आई लुक. लड़कियां are expected to be into their looks and hair and makeup and these particular kind of clothes and all, and I have never been in that. Never ever been in that. I've been very brash as girl, gali galoch, mara mari, bikes chalana. Most of my friends in my college have been boys and never really treated me as a typical girl. So I think because of that, like I don't do the typical things expected from girls to do typically. I think that's why that whole term is stuck to me, that I'm a tomboy. But I think it came from my mother because when she was a child, people used to call her a tomboy. So I don't know if that has just passed on, though I have not seen her in her childhood, of course.
Yeah.
But the stories that I hear of her, that she used to play wo goti bolte hain na, with her guy friends and again go and beat up people and this and that. So I don't come from a mother who's been timid. She's always in spite of उनके टाइम में तो I'm sure और भी मुश्किल होता होगा to voice an opinion. She has, I mean, in the beginning of her शादी तो of course she took all the shit, but then she became the woman that she was eventually, and she's always stood for herself, stood for her kids, and I think वो देख के ही this has come in me.
क्या बात है. मैं कई बार ना एज अ बच्चों को जब देखता हूँ तो मैं रियलाइज करता हूँ कि ये लोग ने किसी को आइडल बनाया होगा. तो आप अपनी माँ को ही आइडल बना के चल रही थी क्या?
Maybe, I think so, because I never saw her beginning में तो नहीं, क्योंकि of course as a child I've seen her going through a lot of abuse. But as I said, when she came into being the woman that she always was, which maybe she had to suppress क्योंकि शादी ये वो चीज़ें. So yeah, that I think gave me a lot of courage. And when you have a woman so courageous in spite of not having very high levels of education or not really seeing so much of the world, and after that still being
standing
able
up for herself.
Yeah, so I think that really kind of put that seed in me.
हाँ, so मतलब आप भी फिर वो देख रही थी ना, तो आपके लिए भी वो आइडल बन रहे थे, तो आप खुद भी ऐसे स्टांस लेती हुई.
Yeah, I think that's the reason most of the time मर्दों को मैं ज़्यादा पसंद नहीं आती, क्योंकि even now though it said कि oh equality and we're all equal, but till now if a woman is saying something and voicing her opinion, they're like what does she know? That though they'll not say it vocally, but you come to know in their stance, in their body language, in their things. So I've always been a very confident person. Come on, I come from a background where when I was more than 100 kg. okay, in school, in college, and I have heard of instances where people so fat have been bullied.
Yeah.
And I'm very sorry, I don't, want to sound very arrogant, but I don't relate to this concept because when I went to college, I also went to like a co-ed college. Nobody had the guts or the balls to bully me.
Touch wood. That's a good thing.
They were very scared of me for some reason, I've always been a gunda and nobody could make me feel bad in spite of my weight, and I wasn't the stylish person. I was like, I didn't care about what I'm wearing. I didn't care about makeup. Like clothes used to hardly fit. तो जो मिल गया पहन लिया सब कुछ. उसके बावजूद भी मजाल है किसकी मुझे bully कर दे. मतलब they used to be scared of me. But when I became a part of this industry, that time I felt so underconfident and then I'm like, यार, what the hell is happening? Why is this happening to me?
कोई ऐसे घर पे restrictions थे क्या आपके लिए?
Restrictions तो ऐसे नहीं थे, but my nani was a very, very religious lady. Of course, my nani used to not like if I wore a little bit of short clothes or this and that. And that time, I was a child. And I've always been a person of my own mind.
A missing father does so many other things to also a girl child or the women in the house.
It does. My dad was my hero,
Yeah?
I loved him. Like, oh my God. But then, I think from the 3rd, 4th standard or whatever, my parents have had a very rough relationship because, maybe because of this only, because, my father had a perception कि अच्छा औरतें या whatever ऐसी होनी चाहिए. And not that my mother never abided by it. My mother has abided by it to, like, oh my God, to the extent where she was physically beaten up and mentally, verbal, physical, every kind of abuse she's gone through. I think he left because he thought he had no son. Having 2 daughters is a short guarantee that he has nobody to take care of him in his old age. Maybe he came from that perception because that's what he said. He's like, काम करना क्यों नहीं शुरू कर देते हैं, though I wanted to become a doctor, but that takes a while, na? And he did not leave in a pleasant way. So I was like, my mother is my world and I cannot see this happening to her. And then it came to a point that I would never ever want to be in a position like that where a man is making me feel like this. That's a different thing that it did happen and now I have come to senses with that. The kind of relationships also that I've had. So, coming from a background where the father wasn't good, then having boyfriends who were not so good. I think that teaches you a lot what you want and what you don't want in your life.
Yeah.
And I think that made me more of... So I might not know what I want, but I definitely know what I don't want.
What I don't want.
So I think that is enough clarity in itself.
Yeah, I think a lot of relationships do that, which is bringing us to the second phase of this whole chat, where you've said many women are bogged down and limited by stereotypes. I think that's very true. So did you ever have like these gender stereotypes come across to you?
Luckily from my family it did not. From my dad after a point it did. But in the industry, I think, as I said, the first thing, not that, I understand where they were also coming from. The reason that I never thought of myself as an actress was because I was like, oh my God, actresses are these perfect beings with perfect hair, perfect skin, perfect all that. So yeah, I couldn't see myself as that ever, doing all that or even having that adaएं or that nazakat in me. But then I realized that it's not just actresses, women in
General.
all are supposed to be that way,
True.
With we that I was saying, like, they picked me up as a complete tomboy, as you call it, who was out riding bikes and this and that. And then for my very first movie, I had to play a princess. So it was like a 360-degree turn. So the instructions that were given to me is like, you have to stop all the things that you're doing, behave like a girl, stop riding bikes, stop doing this, stop. So I think...
Somebody told you behave like a girl.
Yeah.
A lot of your critique also came not about the acting but about the skin show. So as a woman, what does that do to you?
I am so confused about that, honestly, because I'm sure you're talking about this film of mine that I did, Hate Story.
Yeah.
That got me a lot of appreciation as well as a lot of flack because, people had some problem with that, which I fail to understand because now if you turn on your TV and you watch anything, there is so much more happening. So I don't know why that was a problem then. There were just 2 songs which had a little intimacy in it. But that became such a big deal. Chalo, audiences, whatever, they were positive and negative.
Yeah.
But even people from our own industry, they started saying things ke, oh, because she doesn't know how to act, she's shedding clothes. But
I read that, yeah.
Yeah.
What
But
the fuck?
now I see really great actors going
Wearing whatever they want to wear.
or not.
Or not.
Forget that. Even on religious aspect, I got a lot of this thing. Oh, you being a Muslim, you're doing this. I am a Muslim. I have also read the Quran Sharif. I know my religion. Islam firstly teaches not to be pointing fingers on anybody else. So all these Islamic professors or teachers who are coming and, you know, using the most nastiest word, for me, I would like to question your knowledge of Islam then.
I think we've addressed the very next question, but like, is it hard being a Muslim actress?
It is difficult because, first of all, our religion does not allow only to be a part of the entertainment industry. Okay, and then I am being in an entertainment industry. And as I said, coming from a Muslim background, it's all the more ke aurat hai to. I get a lot of trolling, or I get a lot of, you know, क्या दिखा रही हो, तुम अपना नाम चेंज कर दो, तुम मुसलमान नहीं हो, तुम ये कर रही हो, तुम वो कर रही हो.
बट ऐसा आपकी जिंदगी में फिर आपको लैंडमार्क इवेंट्स पता है क्या जो आपको शेप अप कर रहे हैं कि भाई मुझे ये पता है यहाँ मैं ये सीख के फिर ऐसी बनी?
A lot of things ना, जैसे I think my dad walking out has been one of the major life-changing moment in my life. I think it just completely changed my way of thinking, my perception towards life. Then yes, being a part of this industry and till the time I was filming, you know, I was like, oh my god, so मतलब अच्छा ठीक है, अभी मैं heroine हूँ ऐसे मतलब. I did not even come to terms to that fact. I think even now I don't feel like I'm an actress. People kind of, after my first film, when bogged me down and said negative things about me, I think that again was another life-changing.
Yeah, so cool. I mean, mota-moti learning, be self-aware, be happy in yourself.
Yeah, I think being self-aware is very important. ठीक है, मतलब जब आप बहुत छोटे होते हो तब तो तुमको उसका मतलब भी नहीं पता होता. It's only after you've gained so much experience in your life and you know you've gone through certain things is when you understand okay, what is it that you want and what is it that you don't want.
True.
So I mean whatever negative experiences also that I have had in my life, I think I am grateful for that because it's made me the person I am today.
You were playing a homosexual and in Hum Bhi Akele and like Hum Bhi Akele Tum Bhi Akele.
Yes.
तो वो life changing experience रहता है क्या? How is that character approach? What does it teach you?
See, I have always had friends from the LGBTQ community and you know, I have seen their struggles on a personal level because they really have to live a dual life. As for me, you know, I feel that homosexual, non-homosexual, asexual, whatever your sexual orientation is, at the end of the day, you're human and you deserve to be treated as that. I was very happy to be a part of this film.
Yeah.
You know, to be playing Mansi. I think this is one of the most satisfactory projects that I had in my life.
So cool. Thanks for having done that. Tell us about you and Shivashish and how you complement each other.
Oh my God, was this a question too? What do I tell about him? Like, you know, we just do best friends. I mean, both of us don't really have one romantic bone in our body.
What?
Yeah. Yeah.
Like you all don't do date nights?
Our date nights are pulling each other's legs. That's what I'm saying. So, I mean, when I'm with him, I'm with my best friend. And maybe that's the reason we are together and we enjoy each other's company because we can just say and do anything under the sun with each other. Like, we will talk about the most nonsensical things.
But शादी के ठप्पे की जरूरत थी?
And I'm very happी that he also doesn't believe in it. ये मतलब शादी, why is it such a big deal? I don't understand. क्योंकि मतलब ये तो हमारी conditioning है कि ये करना है, end result is शादी. But क्यों? It does not guarantee you anything. If a person has to walk out of your life, वो शादी हो या नहीं हो, वो तो जाएगा ही. So, और अभी तो फिलहाल I'm very happy that we're living in this day and age where ना बच्चों के लिए शादी की ज़रूरत है ना किसी भी चीज़ के लिए शादी की ज़रूरत नहीं. लिव इन लीगल है, औरतें अपना खुद का टेक केयर कर सकती है, मतलब सब कुछ अच्छा खासा चल रहा है. So why do you need a ठप्पा?
Where does this come from? Where is this like I don't have to stick to the society's norm की energy come from?
I think this majorly has to come from the thing, from of course my mom and dad being separated and then having not such great relationship
idols.
Yeah, I think it came from that because I saw a lot of people pretending. You know, I mean, in their house, they are so messed up, but as soon as they come in the public eye, they have to be all proper. And somehow again here, a man being divorced and trying to get married again is not that much big of a deal, you know. But somehow, even today, maybe not in metro cities that much, but even today, if a woman is divorced and is wanting to get married, so then there'll be all questions raised कि क्यों टूटी शादी, क्या हुआ, क्या नहीं. भाई तुम अपने ये मर्दों से तो ये नहीं पूछ रहे. शादी is just
A box.
yeah, it is something to make the society happy. It is so why? I mean, do what makes you happy.
Interesting perspective. No, I mean it's for sure a box.
Yeah.
Like, women for women, how important is that?
It's very important because I think from the beginning ये सिखाया गया है, you know, औरतों में, अभी तो चलो मर्दों में भी हो गई है, बट औरतों में हमेशा से ये कंपटीशन, वैनिटी, मुझे इससे अच्छा दिखना है या ये वो इतना ज़्यादा क्रिएट किया हुआ है. तो you know, rather than having each other's back, for the longest they've been each other's rivals.
I have a question जो हम लोग starting में पूछते हैं.
अच्छा.
तो Zareen, are you a feminist and what is feminism to you?
I don't know actually if I am a feminist or not. मतलब मैं ऐसा झंडा लेके नहीं, मतलब हर एक चीज़ के लिए, मतलब आजकल मैंने देखा है कि कुछ भी बोलना भी थोड़ा सा ऐसे हो गया है because there are people out there वो एक word को भी पकड़ के ये क्या बोल दिया. तो I'm not there, but yes, I'm all for women. Men and women should coexist in harmony without having to fight कि कौन सुपीरियर है कौन है. क्योंकि जब हम इस दुनिया में आए तभी तो ऐसे बोल के नहीं आए थे कि मैन इज गोइंग टू बी सुपीरियर, अ वुमन इज गोइंग टू बी इंफीरियर. हु क्रिएटेड दिस?
So how can men be better allies and what do they need to stop telling women?
A lot of men are hearing, they're not listening. So I think the moment they start listening or understanding, rather than just hearing to give a reply or to feel कि मैं मर्द हूँ, मुझे ऐसे कैसे बोल दिया.
But take those steps and be better men and keep watching The Male Feminist. Thank you, Zareen.
Thank you.
Do subscribe to the Hauterrfly.
Such a pleasure doing this interview.
Yeah, but learned a bunch of things. आप हमें बताना क्या अच्छा लगा, बेस्ट चीज़ें आप कमेंट्स में बताओ.
Yes.
शेयर करो और सब्सक्राइब करो.